Let's learn how to do problems that involve complementary angles. So complementary angles are angles whose sum is 90 degrees. So when I add them up, I get 90 degrees. The issue is that a lot of times when you're dealing with problems that have complementary angles, the problem will not tell you that they're complementary. So you have to look for some signs. The first and most obvious sign is this box in the corner of an angle. So if you see that, that indicates a 90-degree angle. So if two angles add up to make a 90-degree angle, those angles are complementary. If you have an angle that looks like it's 90 degrees, so you have something that it looks like an L, but there's no box, we can't just assume things in math. So another thing that you'd be looking out for is to see if you're told that the two rays that make up that angle are perpendicular. So this is the symbol for perpendicular. So you see that in this problem, I'm told that BC is perpendicular to AB. BC is perpendicular to AB. So if I know that these two rays are perpendicular, I know that means they form a 90-degree angle. So that's the other way to know that you're dealing with a 90-degree angle, either by that box or by being told that the two rays are perpendicular. All right, so now that we know we're definitely dealing with complementary angles, angles that add up to 90, now we're gonna learn how to set up our equations to solve for x. So in this problem, I'm asked to find the measure, this is the symbol for measure of angle ABD. But I can't find that until I find the value for x. So that's our first priority. So if I know that these two angles together are going to add up to be 90, the way I'm going to set up my equation is x plus 2x equals 90. And the order here obviously doesn't matter, right? I also could have written 2x plus x. And now I'm just going to solve this equation. So these are like terms. 2x plus x is equal to 3x. So now I have 3x equals 90. And to solve a one-step equation, this is multiplication. So I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. And that's going to give me x equals 30. All right. So one common mistake I see students make is stopping at this step. Once you've solved for x, awesome, but you're not necessarily done, right? So you always have to look at the problem and see what they're asking you for. So in this problem, I was asked to find the measure of angle ABD. So if we look at angle ABD, the value of that angle is 2x, all right? So I have x, but ABD is 2x. So if I go ahead and I replace that x with 30, that tells me that the value of the angle I'm looking for is 60 degrees because 2 times 30 is 60, all right? So this one is 60 degrees, this one is 30 degrees, and together they add up to be that 90 degrees. All right, let's do one more example, a little more complicated. So in this problem, we're asked to find the measure of angle MNQ. So first I look at my two angles, I assess the kind of relationship I have. So I see that these two angles together make a 90-degree angle, right? Given that box. So I'm dealing with complementary angles. So because these two angles together add up to 90, I'm gonna set up my equation like this. 3x plus 2 plus x plus 16 equals 90. This is the most important part of these problems. If you can come up with the equation, you're good, right? So this angle plus this angle equals 90. That's exactly what I said here, right? That's the one angle, that's the other angle, and together they equal to 90 degrees. And now I'm just solving equations. So let's look for like terms. I see 3x and x, so that's 4x. I see 2 and 16, so that's plus 18 equals 90. I'm solving my two-step equation, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 18 on both sides. That's going to give me 4x equals 72. Now I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides, and I'm going to get x equals 18. All right, so now remember what I said before. Once you've gotten x, great job, but you're not necessarily done. You always have to look at your problem to see what they asked you for. So in this problem, I was asked to find MNQ. MNQ. That's this guy right here, 3x plus 2. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna erase my work, but I'm gonna leave that x equals 18 up. So because MNQ is represented by 3x plus 2, and I know the value of x, I'm gonna replace that x with 18, and then I'm just gonna evaluate my expression. So I have 3 times 18, that's 54. I still have that plus 2, so that's 56. So 56 degrees is the value of MNQ. All right, if they had asked me for the other angle, I would have just substituted the 18 into here instead. All right, here's a practice problem for you guys. Go ahead and give it a try. And when you think you have the answer, check the description of the video because the answer will be in it. So if you get it right, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments that you got it right.